Okay, back with another video. Let's do another part of this one. Today I am going to work on the last ornament, and I still do like my blue and gray that I used the first time. And if you have silver, a light and dark, you're welcome to use that there. It's totally up to you what you use. I am going to look at my grays, and this gray is more of a browny muddy gray. This gray has green undertones, and I would really like just a really soft gray. So I think what I'm going to do is pull from a couple of them. I kind of like this, number 72. I'm wondering if my grays are in here. They are. Some of my stuff is just all over the table. So 72, and then 00 looks like the lighter one, but then it makes that look really muddy. So maybe we'll go with the blue grays since I'm going to do blue anyway. So let's go with 73 and 00. And that's going to be, where are you going to be at? You're after this set of grays. Okay, 00. And then 73. So it appears 73 is somewhere on the table. There it is. So hey, I always tell you, I'll let you watch how I pick colors. That's how it happens. And then the blue that I want is going to have to be something that goes with these. So I'm going to come over to my blues. And those are good. They may be a little soft. Let's see what the rest of the picture looks like again. Yeah, see, I can't go too soft because of this. I've got to have a bolder blue. So let's go looking through here. It's the one thing about trying to stick with one set of pencils. Sometimes you just can't find that color you want, and then you think, well, do I have blues somewhere else too? So just go through it till you find what you want. I find it's easier to pick my color here, though, than to go straight to the pencils because there's so many pencils. You can quite literally get overwhelmed. Okay, now is that going to be too close to that? And see, because I have them on little swatches, I can actually lay them down next to it. It's not bad. I'm thinking more along these two, or even these two. It's going to take a little bit of work to blend them, but it's very possible to do. So let's do that. Let's do 54 and 8. All right. And if we find it's too hard to blend, we'll put it back and grab something else. That's not a big deal. Okay. Now, if you don't have this picture already, it is on this Etsy site right here, and I think it's $1.50. So I don't feel like that's bad for this. All right, so now for this one, it's 54 and 8, and then 73 and 00. All right, so I want to start with I actually should be starting with the lighter color so that I'm not dragging through the darker color. So I'm going to put my lights up here and then my darks down here. So I am going to turn this sideways so that I can get to it a little easier. And there will be a little bit of dark here from where that overshadows it. Okay? And this isn't terribly dark. It's just enough, I think, that by the time we add the dark in, it'll be nicely done. And again, you could actually use a silver in here if you wanted. I've got one that came with these. Again, I am using the Marco Raffines. Is that right? No, the Marco Renoirs. Excuse me. So, and it is the large set that they sell. Got them on Amazon. If you've missed any of these videos, just go back and look for them. Okay, I want to blend, so I'm going to do it lighter there so that when I come in with the darker, I can go dark across here and then lighter as I come into that other gray. Okay. My circles to really help me blend nice and for it not to look like it's just been scribbled. Now, a lot of people color just for coloring's sake and to have fun. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I just do these videos for anyone that would love to color around with me. Coloring with someone sometimes just makes it a little more interesting, a little more fun. You don't feel like you're just sitting there by yourself. And I don't always like to just listen to music when I'm doing stuff. And if I start to watch a TV show, then I end up watching that TV show instead of coloring. So, again, to color with someone else hanging around or doing a color along, it's just a little more fun sometimes. Now I'm doing this because it's curved around that edge. So I'm going to come down this edge so that it looks a little more rounded. Lead your eye around there so it's just not to the side and flat. So you'll see me come and do these edges. That's nothing new to you if you've been doing this video. We've done that on all of them. Okay. And something I'm trying to do is always wash my hands. Now, I did not do it this time. I'm trying to learn to wash my hands before I come and do a coloring page, because if you have any oils at all on your hands and you're touching your page, then sometimes that can affect how your pencils go on. So that's just a little side hint there. Yeah, see, it's almost just too quiet for me. Sit here and talk to myself and pretend you're here with me. Whoops, that's not the right place. And whereas the blue will cover that, I'm just going to go ahead and erase it just because I've really gotten in the habit of erasing as I go, not leaving anything to chance. But yeah, it's going to be every other. So and this should do good with that blue. It's a nice gray. Getting right up next to that. And then as I come out, you'll see me start doing the ovals. Okay. It's back in behind there. You can get as dark as you want right there at that edge, as long as you can do some blending when you come out. Okay, nice and dark, and then lighter and blending as you come out. Okay, so now we've got a lighter area here and darker at all the edges. And yes, I do have one more of these to do. Oops, I missed that. We'll go back up and get that in a minute. In fact, I'm going to take this up just a little bit more. I'm not sure if this will be our last video or not for this. Oh, and whoever keeps leaving me a thumbs down on my videos, you know what? You don't like them, don't watch them. But I just feel like that's kind of rude. So if the rest of you could pop me a thumbs up, put me back in my happy place. Can't imagine why somebody would go through giving thumbs down to somebody. If I see something I don't like, I just don't watch them. It's kind of that easy. But anyway, enough about that. How are y'all enjoying your coloring pages? Do you have new books that you've been getting? Okay. I did find the other day at Walmart, they had a whole section with the calendars. And they were Christmas. So I'll be interested to know the day after Christmas, will those clearance as Christmas items, or will they filter them in with the rest of the coloring books? No idea. Also, Barnes & Noble, they have an entire coloring section, which I would not call adult, over in the kids section. Yeah, when you walk past that little area to the half pint little kid area, it's full of coloring books. And I'm like, what? So, okay, this one is going to be the same as this one, except you don't have to worry about going under. So it's just going to be darker here, just all the way around, just like what we did on these. So I'm going to skip that in the interest of time and head on down to this one. This one is going to be almost the same, except right here we'll do a little darker because of the shadow. But again, it's nothing that you haven't been doing all along. Okay, leaving some of that edge so that we'll have some tooth for the darker color to bite into. Okay. Going the direction of the stripe, because sometimes it's just hard to get a circle in there. Again, if you've not grabbed any of my other videos, you know, everything's free that I've been doing. So just go back and look for the first one in this, grab the coloring page, and you'll be caught up in no time. Okay? Notice every now and then I am turning my pencil, and that's helping me to keep a tip on it, because the way I'm laying it down, see how I've got a little tip on there, a point? So if I need to get in anywhere, I can come in there and really get up next to that edge. I'm not having to sharpen my pencil all the time. I find that these Renoirs last pretty good. I'm not getting breakage, which I don't normally break my pencils anyway, so I don't know how hard people are pushing on them that say they get a lot of breakage, or if maybe they're not pushing hard, and who knows what kind of brutal life that pencil had before it got to your house. Maybe it was dropped a bunch in shipping, packaging at the plant. Any of those things can happen, and every time you drop a pencil, it weakens that lead down inside. So I would say, especially if you're buying open stock, you might get that a little more if the pencils are being handled by customers a lot. So I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that could go into the reason for that. It's not just you pushing hard, but evidently I've been pretty lucky. I have some every now and then that I sharpen inside piece just won't sharpen, it just keeps coming out, then I know it's broken all down inside and that it was abused at some point in the factory or in shipping. Okay, so there's that. You're going to do that same thing on this. Okay, same thing. I'm just not doing all of it because I want us to try to get finished with this. And I know in 30 minutes my phone's safety feature is going to click and this video is going to get cut off. I think it might have gotten cut off in that last one. I can't remember if we finished or not. I believe we were doing the red and green. So if you missed part of that, just take a look at what I did. And again, it's the dark all around the edges, just all around, because it's sticking underneath or because we want it to look wrapped around. Okay? Easy enough. You can do it. If I got faith in you, or I wouldn't be doing these videos for you. I know you can do it. Just putting some shadow up in here from where all of this is kind of hanging around. And putting some here. We want it to look rolled, not just a flat ornament. So let's get that shadowing in there. And if this does take another video, then so be it. That's all right. I'm not trying to not let you see what's going on. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not wasting time just to be wasting it. Because I know some of you are pinched for how much time you can watch on your phones or with internet. And so I don't want to drag it on if we don't need to. Of course, again, you can always fast forward through something, skip ahead, and that way those who do want to stay and watch can go ahead and watch through it. So that's another reason I'm using YouTube, so that you have that fast forward option. There we go. And then we would do the same thing on this one. But interest of time for now, we're going to lay these aside and we're going to pick up our two blues. Now this is going to be interesting. We're going to see how this works. 08 and 54. Let's see if these work as easily as I think they will. And we're going to do it again, the light up here. And see, I don't want this blue fighting with that blue, and that's why I was particular on not going too light. And we'll leave a little bit of tooth there so that they can be blended. If they don't blend good the first time, come in with your lightest color. Same thing with the grays. Come in with the lightest color and do your blending. Now that's got a little bit of purple in it. Do we like that? Not real sure if I'm liking that, y'all. How does it look after I put blue over the top? Okay, I think that's going to be all right then. So do you see my thinking there, my logic? It's put some in, pull it on up, and it looks kind of purple, but once I put that blue over the top, then it knocks it back to a good blue, and I'm okay. And a way to really tell is to go ahead and do next to one of these. So if this is outside in gray, this will be gray, this will be gray, this one will be blue. So let's just go ahead and try one of these. And it's darker around the outside edge because we want it to look like it's rounded. So that's why this piece is going to be just almost totally that color. But then when I come back with this, let's see if it's enough. See how it's turning it back to a deeper, more of a royally blue instead of that purple. So yeah, I think that's going to be okay next to that purple now. So when in doubt, go ahead and try it before you do the whole ornament, because if I had not liked that, then I would have been just erasing this and erasing this. If I had colored all this and done this and then done this and looked at, and ooh, then I would have had a lot to have erased. I probably at that point would have just tried going over it with an additional color. Let's keep this light and keep going. So yeah, if you think there's a possibility of a color not working because you think it might clash with another color it's going to be next to, try it next to that color sooner than later. Because the later you wait, the more you're going to have to erase if you don't like it. Now, we were fortunate on that one that the blue over the top really knocked the purple out of it. So, but it doesn't always work that way. Okay? So just be careful. Knocking that white out. Now here, I'm going to do the darker shade here. So I'm going to leave some of that. And yeah, you'll see me not do just a whole lot of circles in this one. And see, I find that point I made, and get right up next to this. I know some people that will color with just crayons because or markers or gel pens because they can't get up next to that. Yeah, you can get up next to that. Just turn that pencil so that your point is right down there. And then I'm wearing that point off. See? So now when I color, I'll go back on the side again and start putting that point back on. And I'm rolling that pencil every now and then, just like when we used to suck on peppermint sticks and we'd twist them in our mouth to get a point. It's the same thing I'm doing with this pencil, but I'm not twisting as often. Okay? Now I left that because that's going to be the darker, because we want it to look like it's going around, remember? So we can come up here close, but then we want to leave some there. And sometimes it's just working on getting that edge. But anything worth doing is worth doing well. So take your time on it. You can get up there next to it. May take a little practice, but in time you'll have it down, and it'll be like picking your colors. You'll be like, oh, why did that ever stress me out? Yet sometimes it does. Or why could I not see that was under that? I get it now. It just happens that way. Okay, so now I'm going to get up under here. Following the edge, and then as soon as I can, I'll start going the direction of the line again. And see, that looks pretty tacky, right? Well, we're going to come back and blend with the lighter of the two colors, and it should take care of all that ails us. Okay, just pull that out a little so it's not a straight edge. We want that edge where it's overlapping here to be not uniform. we don't want it to be a straight line of color. So some areas I'll pull out short, some long. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of mess that line up so it's not one straight line. And wouldn't you know, I forgot to set the kitchen timer on the microwave so that I wouldn't go over our 30 minutes. Oh well, I'm at 25, so yeah, this is going to take another video. That's all right. Now see, we're coming in with the lighter color to do the blending. And that's how we're knocking back the purple that's in the blue. Blues can have a purple base to them, or they can have a red base, just because that's how you end up making purple. And it just depends on which way you want to go on it. So just try them out. If you need to do it on a piece of scratch paper, make sure you can blend them first, then do that too. But see, I think that's blending okay. Now I'm going to look through the camera at it. If you'll look through a camera or in a bathroom mirror, somehow it puts you not right on top of whatever it is you're doing, and you can better tell how it really looks. I don't know if that makes sense. There's lots of times during my painting classes that I teach, and I'll take something to the bathroom mirror after class and I'll look at it to see if I'm really getting the look that I wanted to get. And I've told my students that before. Take your painting into the bathroom, look in the big mirror, step back and see what you really think of it. And the other thing you have to remember too is it is for enjoyment. And if you have a piece that you decide to frame or to give as a gift, they're most likely not going to be standing 6 inches from it when they look at it. So don't be too hard on yourself if everything's not perfect. Someone told me once when I was painting, anything looks good on a galloping horse. You know, they're not going to stay still and look at it. But anyway, I was like, no, I need it to look better than that. Okay, so lighter. I am going to go ahead and do this one in the gray. I won't do around the outside. How's that? And I'm going to do this one in blue. I won't do the outside blending. I'll just get it to that point, and then we'll come back in the next video and do that. And we can do all these little tops and finish it up and be done. So let me go upload this for you, and I will see you back here in a little bit.